and welcome to another To It For Media featured interview. I'm your host, Jhaka Wooding, and today we are talking everything about the second annual Caribbean Baking Awards. Today I have the pleasure of having its founders in the building with me. I'm so excited to get into the details. We have all that for you after this quick break.
Hello, and welcome to today's episode of Pop the Balloon or Find the Connection. Let's meet our first contender, ladies. Okay, Joey, so do you have any toxic traits?
I'm very restrictive. I don't give more time. What you get is what you get. I don't like to give unlimited time. That's it.
Okay, can you tell us why you popped your balloon?
That's a little too restricted for me.
Thank you for coming. Okay, ladies, so let's meet our second contender.
Sorry, excuse me. Why did you pop a balloon? I could give you minutes, data, unlimited call, overseas call, fiber. What else you need?
My friend used to date you. You are a scam. She used to be for everything and more. Nothing to offer.
Okay, ladies, let's welcome our last contender. You look nice. Can you tell us your name?
Thank you. My name is Christian Charles Thomas. They call me C Sweetie.
What do you have to offer these ladies?
Well, security, trust, unlimited time, and a pretty fast.
Okay, so do you have any deal breakers?
Nah, but here's my number. 444-4444. Y tú, vida ilimitada.
Okay, guys, so no pop balloons.
For a fast, reliable, and secure connection for your personal or business life, call us at 444-4444 or visit any of our CCT stores and we'll get you connected with the perfect match for you.
Welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us. As I mentioned before the break, today we are talking about the Caribbean Baking Awards, and I'm not going to take the opportunity away from my guests to introduce themselves. How about you say hello to our audience?
Hi everyone, my name is Shanda Webster-Glasgow.
And my name is Craig Glasgow.
All right, now you guys are a lovely couple. Let me just say that
Thank
immediately.
you.
Thank you very much.
And I need you to know that, of course, in social media lingo, we have this thing called a power couple.
Yes.
I don't know if you've been called a power
We've
couple
been
before.
called many times.
All the time, basically. Yeah.
Awesome. Now,
Thank you, though.
You're welcome. Now, before we get into the event itself, of course, we want to give people a chance to get to know you. So, who are the Glasgow family, the Webster family?
Okay, well, everybody knows me by now. I'm here 8 years now. But I'm originally from St. Martin. And yeah. This is my husband. And I know he's going to say something smart right now. Go ahead.
So guess what, guys?
Say a long story coming.
She wanted me
Oh my God.
that bad, so she moved over to the BVI. And right now, everybody knows her as Craig's wife.
Craig's wife, yeah. So sometimes I would have to say Craig's wife has a name. It is Shanda.
And guess what they tell her? Craig's wife.
You're still Craig's wife, yeah.
But I have the pleasure to be married to this awesome young lady, the visionary of the Caribbean Baking Awards, and the visionary of a lot of things, because we not only do this together, but we do basically everything together. So she is the brain, I'm the muscle, and together we form an awesome couple.
All right. Now, one of the brain children of this awesome couple is the Caribbean Baking Awards, where, of course, the wife comes up with the amazing idea and you do your part to make it happen.
I have to make it happen.
In the right time.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit. Of course, the event is in its second year. So let's look at the inaugural event that took place earlier this year. Tell us about how it came together and, reflect a bit on how that would have went leading into the next event that we're already gearing up for.
Well, when it first happened in this year, February 16, 17, trust me, it wasn't easy. I had sleepless nights, a lot of tears, and hearing my husband in the background with a whole lot of stuff that I didn't want to hear. But and then when I'm not sleeping at a certain time, and he's telling me you need to come and lay down next to your husband and stuff like that. But when I start something, I want to be able to finish it.
Yeah.
So I start and planning and everything. You ain't gonna get me to sleep until I know it is done. So, I mean, the whole fact of getting these Caribbean bakers together, some of them, give me calls and they message me and tell me that this is an awesome initiative. A lot of them gave up on baking, and since they were nominated, their business is now thriving to when it was for them. They're now being recognized where they are. Persons know who they are, and their business pages have been growing. So stuff like that. It makes me feel good to know that giving up on their dream is not an option for them right now. And getting them here, some of them, it was a headache. If some was following, a few of them had incidents where they were living. Family had car accident. They had persons that had a mom or a dad who had a heart, what you call that? Not a heart attack, but where they would fall sick. So it was a whole lot of different things happening, and on their side, also on my side.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what is going on? It's like, the enemy didn't want this to happen. And I had almost reached it to the point where I'm like, you know what? I can't do this. Enough is enough. And I tell my husband, yes. He encouraged me. He continued to push me, and tell me how I'm doing such a great job. And, this is not just about you, it's about the Caribbean. And have to remember who gave me the vision to push through, because he's not going to leave me hanging. So, words like that, and also coming from the bakers, it kept me going, and persons still meet me up to this day here and tell me how awesome the event was, how everything came together. But the behind the scenes, it was not. Trust me, it was not. But I thank God for how it turned out, and having the second one now coming up, it's even way bigger than I expected. So yeah, we'll dive more into the second one. So
I think anyone who's worked with events knows that's probably the least, or the most, I should say, you could ask for when running an event. That
Trust me.
All the chaos stays behind the scenes. But for the public, it's like, wow, how did you pull all of this together?
I mean, it didn't really come out how I really wanted it, but my husband, my brother-in-law, my sister, my dad, my mom, they all came up, and when they see where things needed to be done at a certain time to get things on the night of the event, they all pitched in, and especially my dad, it was so nice to have him there, so I'm looking forward to having them again for next year. Yeah.
Well, like I said, my part is the hard part, because she tells me, because I didn't even have help then, but she told me, I want this done, I want that done. So here am I trying to, after a while, like, everyone we ask, could you help? Could you help? Can you help? I said, and we were getting turned down and stuff like that. So I decided every ounce of money that we had coming in from, because we're entertainers.
Yeah.
So every ounce of money that was coming in, she did what she had to do with her portion, and I said, okay, babe, you want lights? I'll buy you the lights. Babe, you want the signage? I'll buy you the signage, because it was so hard, like, trying to get people to work with you. I don't know if being it was the first one, but the initiative, like, a lot of people didn't catch how good the initiative was, you know? And now coming on the day, I had to be 3 persons at once. And then my father-in-law came, and he even missed eating.
Yeah.
And he's actually older.
Yes,
but he didn't want to leave. He didn't really want to leave me.
Yeah.
Just to do everything. So we got the the multi-purpose complex.
Yes.
So we had to build something, build the booths, everything, and it was just me and him. I even, I felt encouraged because now when we were building and we had to upturn it, I went outside at the time and there were 3 police officers passing. I said, "Can you help me do something?" 2 of them were women, 1 man, and the 5 of us lifted up. I felt encouraged because it's like, okay, they see even the women, because the women did it, and she knows I don't like women
You don't
lifting
like
stuff,
women lifting
heavy stuff.
anything.
So I felt encouraged with that, and no matter how much I tell my father-in-law, let's go get something to eat. No man, I'm coming now. I'm coming now.
But he just
And
like his daughter, he wants to get it done.
He just wanted to see it through. He just wanted to see it through. Then when my brother-in-law came, my brother, my
Your brother.
And it just, it basically came out to be a family affair.
Yeah.
When in terms of the decoration, even the lighting, the placement of stuff, because we had, he's not familiar with hair, but he was driving, going to pick up stuff, just telling him where to go, and then he still had the guests dealing with and different stuff. So all in all, it was a learning experience,
Definitely.
but it was a good experience. On the night when you sat and saw the awards, in an award show happening, even though we were exhausted, to be honest.
Imagine I missed my makeup appointment, my hair appointment. Wow. Oh my gosh. And I was like, okay, once I look presentable, that's enough for me. And in order for me to really sit down and have something to eat, because that whole week I wasn't really eating on time. I wasn't even drinking water. It was really bad, like really, really bad. But person said I had looked really nice on camera. So them telling me that, I was like, okay, even though I saw otherwise,
what did
I
your
was
husband
like, you said, yeah, I look beautiful. But my dad, and that same day, my dad didn't even get to come on the Friday night. Because
he worked so hard.
He worked so hard, he missed eating that when he did get to eat something, he felt sick. So he missed that whole day. And the next day I got he told me, he said, nobody didn't even bring me a piece of cake to taste or anything. So we gotta make sure when he come up for next year that he definitely don't miss any of the activities. So yeah.
So,
oh my goodness! Now,
no man, it was
what an event that was.
Yeah.
That was so much work behind the scenes, and the next one's supposed to be bigger.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about how the numbers are looking, and I heard there's additional events coming up as well.
Yes, definitely. We added new things for next year to make it more exciting. For this next year, we actually had 70 nominees that were nominated from 18 Caribbean islands. We had a couple of nominees from here and other Caribbean islands, I think just 1 or 2 that declined. And the only reason why those 2, there's one from Angola that declined because she was actually closing down her business. Because it's a cry for all bakers, and I think not just bakers, it's everyone, crying about how the way of living is, especially when it comes to cost. So the cake industry is very expensive.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't understand that buying ingredients, they're not cheap.
I attempted to make ganache once. By the time I hit the supermarket and saw the ingredient list, it was over.
Yeah. And then sometimes if you're not in the right temperature, stuff happens.
Yes.
And then you have to go all over again.
I think that's a challenge to put out to anyone who is convinced that baking is so easy. Try to frost a cake.
I am telling you, we had to because we had a kitchen and my wife was trying all the time. We started out with a little a little portable AC thing.
I wasn't
Then
working.
we had to upgrade to a whole 2600
Yep.
BTU. And you see, even that, like, people don't understand, even the cost to run that type of AC.
The very specific tools.
Yeah,
When you
the
see people
tools,
cutting
yeah.
their pastry with a knife, I had to buy a little pastry
Yes.
cutting
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
recently.
Yeah.
And I mean, the
So-
tools and everything, they're not cheap.
They're
And then
not
when you
cheap.
have to order things in because certain places in the Caribbean you can't find
could
certain
be very
things,
limited,
it's very
yes.
expensive. So I mean, this is one reason why I decided to do this event, because I need to let persons know that, you know, doing these things, yes, you want wedding cakes, you want birthday cakes and those things, you want the nice extra, you know,
Elegance, everything.
Yeah.
there's
Comes
a
with a
lot
cost.
that comes behind of it. So so hearing someone ordering a cake and say, oh, I just want something simple, you know, the word simple doesn't mean that it's going to be
That it's
cheap.
gonna be
It's going to be
cheap.
cheap. Actually, it's
Exactly.
expensive in its simplicity.
Oh, my mom baked angel food cake. When you see the eggs cracking,
And those type of cakes are very expensive.
yeah.
Because you have to be using egg whites and egg yolks, and then when some of them don't use the egg yolks, so when you have to form the egg whites to make that nice fluffy cake, what are you doing with the yolk?
Yeah.
And
Unless
the
you're saving it
techniques-
for something else.
something else,
Techniques
yeah.
are time consuming.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
Learning
so
how to pipe.
yeah.
Oh my
I
goodness.
have watched. I have
Buttercream was
watched-
not my favorite.
Okay.
I had love fondant.
I watched
So
like
it's a lot of work doing the buttercream, yes.
3 to 4 days. Sometimes even a week. I saw her spend a week on a cake.
Yeah.
1 week on a cake. Because you had to start out doing this thing, and then you put it back in the fridge,
Yeah,
and then
put
you
it
have
back
to
in the
bring,
fridge.
then you
Yeah,
have to
bring it-
wait to bring it down to temperature to do. Yeah, so you see, and that's the thing. I think that people just see the end result, but they don't know that it has to be passionate people
Yeah.
that are
Exactly.
passionate and that aren't looking at the money aspect, because you can't pay for that type of work.
For that kind of skill, yeah.
Yeah, you can't pay for that type of skill.
Yep.
You want something that is drawn on a paper to be on a cake. Sometimes in 3D, the carving, the everything. So it's, and then now, like with this event now, she gave the bakers, the cake artists a fresh wind.
Yeah.
You know, to see that they're not alone.
Yeah.
And much more than the other, that she's created a network between the Caribbean islands.
And that's so important in industries like this. Sometimes
Yeah.
just saying encouraged is the difference between you closing up shop and you deciding
Yeah.
to go another
And
day.
this is why a lot of them call me or message me and tell me how, you know, how they feel about the Caribbean Bacon Awards, what it has done for them. So that alone, even now recently, the new nominees, they have persons that have been nominated for the first time, and we have persons who were nominated before and has been
coming back
nominated
in.
again. So right now, Trinidad has 15 nominees, and a few of them message me and tell me how, you know, amazing it is to see the platform that is coming out recognizing bakers, because there was nothing in the Caribbean that actually recognized the hard work that they do, whether they're home-based bakers, whether they work in a bakery shop or a pastry chef. I mean, I've seen everything else being recognized. Music, a lot of different things. And I mean, down in like Australia and Europe and, you know, those places, they recognize their bakers.
Yeah.
What about us in the Caribbean? And that's one of the reasons why this baby was born, because, I mean, it's a lot of work that goes into baking, and they need to be recognized. And I'm just here to show them that what you are doing, it's a lot of work, and I understand that. And respectfully, you need to be awarded for recognized for what you're doing. So just being a nominee alone, a lot of them are so happy. Trust me.
Yeah, the actual fact that they were nominated makes them feel appreciated.
Yes.
And seen in what they're doing.
Yeah,
Yes,
so you
yes.
know, the fact that they were actually nominated with somebody really appreciates me.
Yeah.
You know, so that's motivation for us also.
Now, I think it's very creative the way you've put the events together. I'm extremely excited for the grudge match because, you know, we've been talking about how baking is not easy. My personal wish is to see Brent Hoyt have to make a coconut tart. Someone sent in this clip. But you have some great personalities involved in the grudge match. Tell us about that event.
So that was basically kind of like my baby. So you know, so we have 4 competitors that are actually at the top of their game in their craft, in the BVI, in the Virgin Islands, actually known a lot of places. You know, at the top of their game with the entertainment, the genre soca, and different stuff like that. You know, industry. So okay, now hey, we're gonna take away the mic from you. And we're gonna give you a whisk.
Give you a whisk.
We're gonna give you a whisk. And let's see now. Let's see. Because the thing is, right? I've seen my wife, she never told you this. But she actually did an online baking school.
Okay.
A class, yes.
She did online baking class. She had 2 semesters actually. And because she doesn't want to just keep what she has inside for herself. Even though I don't want to learn. Because if I learn, I won't get the cakes from her.
She's not gonna make the cake because you know how to make your own cake now.
Exactly.
Okay.
But then, you know, she's been teaching people how to do different stuff, the different techniques. So the fact that these guys didn't say no, you know, because I mean, they will be given a recipe.
Yes.
But they have to follow the recipe.
Listen, following a recipe is super
still
friendly. Sometimes
hard.
when you tell somebody separate the eggs, they put 1 egg there and they put the
Exactly. So it's not gonna be. I mean, we'll tell you the recipe, you know, give you the recipe on how to go about it. It's not gonna be. We're not gonna write it down for you, you know. And they have the chance to bring
they have a team
for help.
Yeah.
Yes, they have a team.
Yes, so they have a team. So, you know, it's gonna be very interesting.
And there's a mystery basket. So in the mystery basket, somewhere along the time, because it's on a time base. So let's say, for example, they get 2 hours to an hour and a half to bake this cake. In between the time, we're gonna stop them and present the mystery basket, and they have to use what's in the mystery basket to add to their cake. Whether used for decorations, because they also have to make their buttercream. They're not getting their buttercream already made.
Yeah,
so you have to make the buttercream.
Better them than me.
So the same, the Caribbean islands also have a team, but they have different categories that when they register, they use. So
what they want, but these didn't have a choice.
So they have the cupcakes competition, and the subject is either tropical fruit and island spice.
Okay.
So of course, you know, they have to be creative with their cupcakes. And then you have the tear cake, which is flavors of the Caribbean, culture heritage. So for the culture, they have to use different things to decorate to showcase the culture of their island.
Okay.
And they have the tropical paradise. And the theme for the grudge match and the Caribbean is rum fun. So you have to infuse rum into your cakes.
And there's so many different kinds.
But it has to be from their island.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So for Brent and them, they have to choose a rum that is made here in the BVI, and they have to infuse it in their cake. So, I mean...
And remember now, it cannot be overwhelming.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have to know how much...
It doesn't have to taste like you're taking a shot.
Yeah, it doesn't take a shot. Exactly. Exactly. So that's the tricky part.
Yeah.
Because we know how alcohol is when it comes to cake.
Yeah.
And then we have the youth edition.
Because I was just wondering, when you mentioned the different flavors, I remember there was an exhibition at H. Laverty Stouts Community College, and these kids made a pina colada cake, and that thing was beautiful. It tasted even better than it looked.
Yeah.
So I mean, you have to be creative when it comes to the,
flavors and stuff. Yeah.
So that's why a lot of times I always send him to the shop, because I like to, and since he was a science teacher, I like to experiment, and I ask him sometimes, how do you think this would taste, and how much of this should I put? So that way I create my own recipe, and I use that so when I have to bake again. And at times when I do new flavors, I go out and I let people taste, and then they give their critic. And then they tell me, okay, too much of this next time. And my boy Karim used to be my person for tasting. Yeah. And he would always give back
whatever feedback.
One thing Karim is gonna do is give you honest feedback.
Exactly. And you need people like that, so that way you can go back into the drawing board and then just make it better, and that's how you learn. Yeah. I've made a lot of mistakes when it comes to baking cake, even following a recipe. If I take a recipe, like one of my like the celebrity judge that we brought for the first year, which was Yolanda Gap. I love her recipes. So if I'm using one of her recipes, I would actually do it the way she did it and then try to recreate it in my way. Yeah. But even following a recipe like that, it becomes difficult. Because sometimes you forget and if you get distracted, putting in your cups of flour, now you're counting how much flour did I put in?
Remembering the difference between measuring sifted flour or flour straight from the...
Exactly. So you have to know.
Some of them are in kg, some of them are in pounds, some of them are in ounce.
And it's always, and I've learned, it's always best to use, no.
A scale?
A scale for measuring. And then, of course, there's a difference between using the glass measuring cups and the plastic cups. Yeah. You got to know which one is which. So I really want to see what Brent them going to come with, to be honest. Because
let's talk about the youth. I think that's what you're mentioning. Yeah.
Yes, the youth edition, we decided to use youths from youth programs like YEP and male and female. So... And then I think there's a young lady from St. Thomas that is organizing a youth program also.
Yeah,
that's really good.
So even if they're not in the competition, they will be coming just to see how, everything
a part
is.
Of the event.
Yes.
And you never know what you're going to do next year.
Yeah. Definitely. So, but the youth are not using any alcohol.
Yeah. And they're going to be earlier in the day.
Okay, good.
Because even back to the grudge match, even those artists are gonna have a chance, just a small window to entertain the different because that they're there, like all people from all over the Caribbean are coming, so they're gonna have a chance to do a little entertainment and let the people see why they were chosen.
Yeah.
Because like I said, they're there, and then here there's another networking thing because people are gonna go on. Let me see if I can follow them on Facebook, follow them on on YouTube, different stuff like that.
And that's
I heard this song at the Caribbean Baking Awards. I love this song.
Yes,
exactly.
And maybe they heard the song and don't know who it was. So when they do hear it, they'll be like, okay, it was them. And that's where the networking comes in with the other bakers, because a lot of them sometimes don't have the time to market and push their business. So with the Caribbean Baking Awards, and once they're nominated and the posters are being pushed out, their pages are on the poster. So that gives persons an opportunity to go on their page. Whether they want to follow and, order a cake, because they might be living in, let's say, St. Lucia and don't know about this person. And now seeing their page, be like, okay, so now I can, call them to bake a cake.
The fact that they were nominated.
It's like, oh, their stuff is good.
Yes.
Let me go there.
Let me see what's going on. Yeah. So,
exactly.
So like I say, it's networking. It's networking. And we just want to, because to be honest, Jhaka, this whole event is to be able to award someone a scholarship to further their baking dreams, in college or whatever, to go to a scholarship. So the fact that we're taking it from YEP, from that tender age, or Barmail or any other youth group to spark that whole
interest, yeah.
interest. And you never know, because you remember, sometimes you just wait for that gift to be unleashed.
Yes.
So somebody's to come and unlock that gift, and then you probably the one to unlock that gift. Yeah. So pardon me if you see me touching her. I love her so much. So
there are a couple bakers, right, that reached out to me and said that they became from the first one ambassadors at different companies, and especially in Dominica. And for the first one, Dominica had the most sponsors.
Oh, really?
Yes, they had the most sponsors, and one of the bakers, I think is Akim Ismail, he became one of a face for one of the business that sponsored him.
Oh, that's
and he
nice.
had an opportunity to travel to St. Thomas to bake a cake for a wedding that was in St. Thomas. So things like this is a great...
Never underestimate the power of networking.
Exactly.
I have an exciting story for you. So the winner, which went to Trinidad of the
Ultimate
Bake-Off, is Dexter Cambridge, right? And did you know that Destra reached out to one of my friends in a promoter in St. Thomas, and then he reached out to me because she wanted to get Mr. Cambridge number to congratulate and to
because the cake he made
depicted her
was about her.
Depiction about her, the Queen of Bacchanal.
Yes, Queen of Bacchanal.
Yeah. So stuff like that. It's actually creating opportunities. Yeah. And then the biggest opportunity is something to do is a big feature in the BVI, because guess what? The BVI is a melting pot. We have all nationalities here.
Yeah.
So you might see, like, if we have a Tertullian, a BVI lander baking in the Bake-Off, you mightn't see people that live here cheering for them because they're from
something they cheering for whatever
exactly.
And they have the right to. But the whole aspect about it is one Caribbean baking together.
So that's the slogan.
That's the slogan. One Caribbean baking together. And this is such a powerful way to bring people to the island.
Yes, I was just about to ask about that. It's such an amazing tourism opportunity.
Yeah, tourism opportunity.
And I realized that your platinum sponsor is a
Inter-Caribbean.
regional airline.
Yeah.
So tell us about that partnership.
Well, Inter-Caribbean, they sponsored one of either an attendee from Grenada or a baker from Grenada for the first one that we did. So they knew and had an idea of the Caribbean Baking Awards. They have followed us. So when I reached out, it was not something that they had to think about or anything. Once they heard Caribbean Baking Awards, and it was like, oh, yes, I was following that, and it was such an amazing event, stuff like that. And they came on board.
And in a momentous way.
So their sponsor, they have sponsored 10 competitors in the Ultimate Bake-Off to bring them in. And
free passage.
Free passage.
Yes.
Right.
And they are actually sponsoring
15% to anybody. So if you're out there, if you're coming to the Caribbean Baking Awards, and you want to write on Inter-Caribbean, we have a specific code that you need, and you can just plug that in, and you get 15% off on your fare.
Yes, you have to go on the screen now.
Yes, you have to go on their official website, intercaribbean.com, and just before when you put in your information, and they have the e-voucher there, you put in BVI Baking 15.
Okay.
BVI Baking 15, and then you get your 15% off.
Now, who doesn't like saving some money?
Exactly.
Yes. So, I mean, it's awesome to have Inter-Caribbean as part of a partnership of the Caribbean Baking Awards. And also, we actually also got Webster-Glasgow. that reached out to us.
Yes, from Barbados, Shirley
Barbados.
Biscuit.
Now, I was about to say Shirley Biscuit.
Shirley Biscuit.
Yes, so
yeah.
they are going to be featuring a couple of Shirley Biscuit, which will be in the mystery basket for the grudge match. So
No, cut that out. Wait. I'm joking. Okay, so they get a little hint there.
yes, yes,
But then look at this too. They're not. You see the sponsors that we're talking about, the partners that we're talking about. They're not just saying, okay, we have this, we have that. They're actually on their way down.
yes. They're also going to be coming.
They're actually going to be coming in.
down, coming in.
Now we need to keep track of these numbers because how many, we said over 70 nominees.
Yes, and a lot of them.
How much 30 something?
And then they have their supporters, and then you have the
Yes,
sponsors.
and then plus for the Ultimate Bake Off, there's 13 groups.
Yeah.
And each of those have sometimes 4 in a group, 3 in a group, 2 in a group. So obviously, a lot of them are not nominated
But
Yeah.
they're coming. They're
And they're
coming to
coming.
compete in the Bake Off.
in the Bake
Man,
Off.
we need to get these numbers tallied. Wow, that's really impressive.
Yep.
Yeah,
so I mean, and of course we have the BVI Tourist Board,
Yeah.
who have actually jumped on board to partner with Caribbean Baking Awards. So
Awesome.
that is something that is amazing. So
We have a
there-
premier
there's-
also. We have the office of the premier that is actually given a generous sponsor. We have the Skeleton group of companies.
Yes.
We have different people that want a part because they saw the first one and they were actually a part of the first one. I wanna right now, if I permit me to just shout out Ghana Skeleton because she from the first one said, bring your thing quick, let me put it on
She
That's on the
loves-
screen.
On the screen,
Yes,
yes.
she
And-
loves the initiative.
and she was on one time. A lot of people don't see this guy behind the scene, but Mr. Eustace Boss Freeman, in charge of what you call the place, Youth Affairs and Sports, the Recreational Trust.
Oh yes.
You know, he tries to his best to work with us, from his capacity, and even as you can see now, the posters are already up on the
Yes.
screen, and we're in what in October.
End of October.
End
Yeah.
of October, and this event is in February, so you know the cost it would have been to run
To
these
run those ads for so long, yeah.
I mean, and hey,
And since we're on sponsors, I want to really shout out Jim Bob. He has an awesome seasoning. So,
Okay.
I mean, he had no issues jumping on board. So, of course, if you haven't tried Jim Bob seasoning, make sure you get it. Listen, the food will taste really good.
from a trucker. Because he has his own trucking company. So,
Yep.
bigging up Jim Bob Jamie Twit, aka Jamie Hopkins Trucking. Okay?
We also have Johnny Maritime. I think
Johnny
that's it.
Maritime Sports.
Yeah.
Not Maritime Sports, but this is a water sport. Water activity.
We also have Mac Restaurant. We have, of course, our bountiful garden here.
Yes.
I don't have a choice.
Sponsoring.
Guys, I don't have a choice. I want my house to be good at all times.
When
Yeah.
they say happy wife, happy life.
Happy like, oh my God.
Yes, and I also want to big up Anthony Clark. He is such an amazing person. These people, when they heard about the Caribbean Bacon Awards, Anthony, for the first one, Anthony came. He's from Antigua, so of course he came out with supporting his Antiguans and stuff. And he stood there and he watched me. He was like, Shanda, you can't do this by yourself. This is a big event. And he said, for the next one, I'm there.
Aww.
And then, we have a few other persons that came on board.
Hey, we have to big up our team.
Yes,
'Cause
that's
we
what
actually-
I was coming to
we
that.
actually-
You didn't even let
No, you
I started in
you want me to tell you why?
it.
You want me to tell you why? You want me to tell you why? Because you're bigging them up one by one, but we actually have a team now, guys.
We didn't have one
was
for the
team- it
first
was
one.
Team Shanda
It was
picked
just
first.
Team Shanda and Shadane and Shiloh. But I'm so happy that person saw.
We have capable people,
Yes.
willing people on the team. I don't want to call out everybody's name, but we even have our designated what you call them? What you call it again? The people who create posters, create this, create all
Graphic
kinds.
design.
Them that's the name. That's the
Babe,
name.
not because it's not science. I mean,
It's not planting either. It's not music. So I don't. Yeah.
they're called graphic designers.
Yes, those we have.
So
we
yes, so
have an
those
amazing.
beautiful posters that you see out now, we have our very own. That's part of the team. So I mean, is it okay to mention his
what's
name?
let me
Yeah,
get
go
the
ahead.
business name. What the business name? Give me that business name again.
Link with.
Link with, yes.
See, I have it. I mean,
Yes, link with. Trust me. That business there, they bad.
They
I
are.
understand me just now.
They
In my
are.
Totola accent, that business bad.
they're bad.
You know?
Yes.
So we have capable people. I don't want to call names, but you know.
But we want to actually big up the CBA team, especially, again, I know I mentioned his name before, but especially Mr. Hull, Karim. From the very beginning, Karim have been an encouraging person. You know, he would always reach out to me asking me how everything is going. I say, Karim, listen, are you ready to give up? He said, no, don't give up. You've reached too far. You know, remember, this kind of stuff is not for the weak.
Yeah.
And, you know, him especially, he's like a brother. And since I came to Tortola, he have always encouraged me in whatever it is that I'm doing. And I just want to say thank
she
you
has
for
done
that.
a lot.
Yes, I
You know, they
have.
always say give people their flowers while they're here to get them.
Well, we can
because-
give them a cake.
you have that Kareem.
Hey, I'm being gonna give them a cake.
Kareem
Well,
needs to look out for his cake.
Yeah, no, he gets cake.
Yeah.
He gets cake.
But before we even go further, remember we have some entertainers that's coming in, and we also have a host, and we have a few judges that's going to be coming in. We have one coming in from St. Martin. Of course, you know I have to plug in where I am from.
I think
So-
I'm gonna be there from soon, Tina, because depending on how things run in the BVI, I can probably change my name to Webster.
Webster is an Anglian name, you know.
Yeah, even better. They love me there.
Oh. Yeah, so we have Karim Brooks out of St. Martin. He's one of the top culinary chef in St. Martin. So he's going to be one of the chefs here, along with some local chefs. We had chefs from the first one. We actually continue to use them, which is
Because they're
Chef
actually
Mac,
really good at what they do.
Chef Mike. We have our Trinidadian chef that will be coming in, hopefully. And we also have our host for the Friday, which is Ricky the Fox. Now, I've worked with Ricky the Fox, and trust me, you guys are gonna have an awesome time with Ricky the Fox. He is such an amazing, how should I put that, comedian, and he's an entertainer. Listen, the last time I went to a show with him, and he was coming out, and any ordinary person will walk out on stage. Mr. Fox came out from out of the roof in a Spider-Man suit.
Hold on.
Listen, he is so creative. When we saw the spotlight up in the roof for a while, and we was like, why is the spotlight up in the roof? And you seen the Spider-Man, you hear the Spider-Man theme song playing, and Mr. in his Spider-Man suit from head to toe, and he had his strings coming up and his hands to swinging. I was like, oh my goodness, that's so creative. So I was like, I have to really get him. And then of course on Saturday night we have Julie Mango.
All right.
So that she's coming in, and she's another amazing person when it comes to her videos that's been trending on TikTok and Facebook and all over. So she's gonna be hosting the event, and then of course, you know, after all of the awards and dinner and everything, we're gonna celebrate even more in style with the awardees and those that were nominated. with an after party with onion and 3 cylinders. So yeah, it's going to be amazing.
So if you don't want to come to that one, listen, you just pay a little
Come
bit
to
of
the after
something
party.
and
Yes.
come to the after party.
Yes, you can come to the after party.
Yeah, but we just wanted to, because we just wanted to do it different this time, in the fact that every year is gonna get better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's going to be different every
And
year.
we have plans. We have forecasts. We already forecast a long time how it's gonna be for the next year and the next year and the next year. Because what I want to do, because I'm in charge of the logistics area, so I have the the whole entertainment side and stuff. So what I want to do, I must speak it out into the atmosphere. Hey, I'm looking for Marshall Montana or one of them. Those entertainers to come
It
in and
sounds
bake
like
off
Destra's already.
in the bake off.
Interesting.
Exactly.
In the bake-off.
In the bake off.
So it could be also soca versus reggae.
Yeah,
grudge match,
different
things. We also wanted to use persons, even if it's local again.
Yeah.
Persons from hairdressers,
Different
nice.
stuff, yeah.
and
different
persons
stuff, yeah.
from the radio station. So
But-
in the grudge match. So the grudge match is going to be
It's-
different every year.
It's all Caribbean.
Yeah.
Yes.
And uniting the Caribbean, because I think the Caribbean has one of the biggest selling points in the world. The whole Caribbean as it is. Look at that. St. Lucia have the Pitons. St. Lucia have hot springs. I have been to it.
I've never been to St. Lucia.
St.
You
Martin
need to
have
take a trip.
my wife. Oh, that don't count, right?
What you was
St.
going
Martin
to
have my wife. but listen, no, but I mean, we have so much the Caribbean. I mean, when you go to the Bahamas, when you go to them different places, Turks and Caicos, we actually have somebody from Turks and Caicos.
Yes, we do have persons from Kirks and Texas.
Yeah, a nominee from Turks and Caicos.
Even
we have
Curacao.
Antigua.
Oh, wow.
Different, Antigua,
Barbados.
St. Vincent, Barbados.
Because you mentioned it's from 18 different.
18 different
And what
Caribbean
CARICOM
islands.
is only 15?
Okay, then.
Okay.
So you must know. You
Yes.
must know. You must know. And it's actually catching because
Yeah.
we had to turn down some people.
Yes, we did.
Oh, wow.
Especially for the Ultimate Bake Off.
Yeah, for the Ultimate Bake Off,
Yeah.
we had to turn down some people.
As you're scaling, it's only responsible
Yeah,
that you cut off at a certain point. Yeah.
So as we go up, you'll see numbers increase. Hopefully, it will be the one event, like say that they want to come to the British Virgin Islands to see. Hey, I gotta hold on because Caribbean annual Caribbean Baking Awards has entertainment, has food, has everything. By the way, food. The Saturday night we have a 4-course meal. It's 4-course still or buffet style. So it's not like you're just gonna be there and you're going to award. No, you have dinner,
food.
sit down dinner. You have the awards and you have entertainment after. So it's gonna be that one event that you say, hey, we're coming down to the British Virgin Islands for the Caribbean Baking Awards.
And not forgetting Theo, Cook, and friends. They're
Yeah.
going to be there again. They were loved for the
Awesome.
first one. And persons, nominees and bakers, they can't wait to come and hear Thea and her friends.
What they have next. So.
Yes, it was amazing. I just have to thank the Father for what he did and what he's doing and the vision that he gave me. And I know sometimes, even though there's a team, sometimes it's still, as the months are getting closer, it's getting more intense. It's...
Husband getting neglected.
Oh, Lord.
No, you're not.
Oh, no.
Anyway, wait. No, but this is the thing. She is so focused.
Yes.
And this, even when I go to sleep, she's still up trying to do this and do this. My logistic paths, she's trying to do. And
But I know it's something you have to admire to an extent as well.
When I be sleeping, so I ain't even admiring. But no, I jump from that because I actually want to big up Popeye.
Yes, I was
Oh,
just
yeah.
going to
Because
mention
he
his name.
jumped on board. So he wants to create what we think. If we could think it, he will create it.
I
So
think that's just about his motto,
Yeah.
Just tell me.
Yeah, that's it.
Make it
And
happen.
he's not even, he's very accommodative. He's very, very accommodative. You want this? You want me to find this for you? If he doesn't have it, he's gonna source it just so that we cannot.
Yeah.
Because when we went to him with the vision, he saw it. You know, he saw it and he wanted. You know, it's not even about, okay, this is something for me. You know, like I'm getting the money, I'm getting the this, I'm getting the that. No, he wants to make sure it's executed properly.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, so big up Popeye one time for the one time. You know, and that makes my job a lot easier.
Now, before we wrap up, I know we spoke a lot about the event next year, but from my understanding, there's an event coming up this year, a fundraiser, a raffle,
Yes.
to go towards the event. So tell me a bit about the raffle. I see you have some tickets as well.
Yes. So this is not going to be the first fundraiser raffle. We have decided at least once a month or something, we put something together to help raise funds to go towards the event, because it's a lot of money that goes into stuff like this. So we have a fundraiser barbecue.
We just don't want people to just give us. We can do things for
Yes,
ourselves also.
yes.
So here's one of the things we're doing.
So the raffle is going to be on November 15th. So it's around 12, like lunchtime. So you can come and pick up your food, and it's going to be right there at the Cool Spot. So we want to say big up to the Cool Spot, and that's right
in town, right?
Yes, right in town.
Yeah.
Right across from Bobby's.
Next to Banggood.
Okay.
Yes.
Banggood food van.
So, and it's also a raffle. So you get your food, and we have fish for $20. We have chicken for $15, ribs for $15, and if you want a combo of chicken and ribs, you get that for $25. And the prizes are, of course, you can see, sponsored by Effie.
Take a look.
Yes.
Oh, these are so pretty.
Yes.
So you know what?
Some jewelry.
So you know what? Buy a ticket, you might get a chance to win it.
So this is one of the prizes. That you can win. And also, we want to say thank you to Sebastian's on the Beach for sponsoring a brunch for two.
And who doesn't love brunch?
Exactly. So yeah, this is something that we want to be putting together. It might not be food, it might be something else, but some way how we can raise money to go towards the event. So yeah.
And while we're on the subject of raising money, before we go, if you want to help, if you want to pledge, if whatever you want to do to help this Caribbean Baking Awards, because it's not Shanda and Craig, and the team event, it's a whole BVI event. This is a new thing in the BVI. This is an awesome initiative in the BVI that brings the whole Caribbean together. So if you're out there and you want to pledge, if you want to say, hey, let me help, anything that you have will be appreciated from us. Any little donation, even if you have a freezer, even if you want to say, I want to sponsor this, I want to sponsor that, I want to sponsor a what, we're open to it. Our numbers are going to be on the screen. It's I don't even remember my number.
I just say you don't call it, right?
Yeah. I don't call my number, so I don't remember it, guys.
His number is 340-7728.
That. Her number is 344-3178.
Oh, wow.
So guess what?
You done call me a lot.
A lot. But guess what? If you want to jump on and help us, we much appreciate it.
Yes.
And we want to thank you in advance.
All right, and let me just thank you both for your time today. We're looking forward to staying updated with you along your journey, and extremely looking forward to the event next year and the grudge match and the chili biscuit.
And we also want to say thank you to 284 Media for having us here. Appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
And thank you, viewers, for joining us here for this interview. Stay tuned to 284 Media for more great content.
Raise your spatulas up high. Let's bake together in the BVI. Caribbean Baking Awards, let's rejoice. For every chef, let your flavors voice. In this paradise, we share the art, breaking dreams from the stay together in the BVI.